So back in Ireland, during my early 20s, I was diagnosed with endometriosis. This diagnosis was very frustrating for me. It was excruciating pain with no pain relief, and it just kept resulting in take the contraceptive pill, you'll be okay. I also saw a doctor in Dublin who was the top specialist, and his answer was pregnancy will cure this. I ended up going to the emergency room with abdominal pain to St. Francis Hospital and met by the hospitalist, Dr. Sapathy, and said, okay, we'll get you taken care of. So I was admitted for a week, and I met Dr. Orady on Monday, the 11th of September. And she was like an angel that was sent to me.
I met Teresa when, actually, it was interesting. My mother was having surgery here at St. Francis, and I was actually off that day. But one of the doctors called me while I was in the waiting room and told me, I have this patient and I just don't know what to do with her. She's having a lot of pain. She's admitted to the floor. Can you go see her? So I did.
Initially, I found out I was going to meet with the gynecologist. I felt, here we go again, another one. But I can distinctly remember Dr. Orady coming in, and she just sat by my bedside, touched my hand and said, we're going to take great care of you. I had to trust her. I was very vulnerable, in a lot of pain, in another country with nobody. So I was really, really scared. And she asked me, about my history.
Immediately when I saw her, I felt she was one of my typical endometriosis patients that had just been ignored and blown off most of her life. She'd had issues with infertility forever, was suffering in kind of every way that an endometriosis patient suffers.
She sat beside me, held my hand and said, I look at endometriosis differently, and we do something with micro-robotic surgery. And if I need to do that with you this week, I definitely will. And that's my speciality. It gave me hope because she said, I will get you out of pain. I promise.
The day after we did her surgery and resolved her pain. And amazingly enough, as is often the case with endometriosis patients, that was the cause of her infertility. And despite the fact that she was over 40 and had been trying for many, many years to get pregnant, she got pregnant and 9 months later had a beautiful baby and sent me pictures. And she's kind of my poster child for how someone can go so many years without being listened to or heard.
So Killian just turned 2 in August. He is a fun-loving little boy, loves being outdoors, very active. And we spend a lot of time at Chrissy Fields where he loves mucking and messing in the sand. He just started preschool and is loving it, so is finally stringing sentences together. If it wasn't for Dr. Orady and St. Francis Medical Hospital, today I'd be living with this ongoing pain. Dr. Orady went above and beyond to get me out of pain, and her words were real. I promise I'll take care of you. And that's exactly what she did.
If you're suffering, or if you're a woman who has a problem and you've seen multiple doctors, don't give up. Don't live your life in a way that you don't want to. Seek out the care you need. See as many doctors as it takes to resolve your problem. Don't let someone kind of ignore your issue. We've often run into that. I've often run into that where I've ignored issues for me and now for my baby, and I've suffered as a result and kicked myself later on that I didn't advocate, that I didn't insist on being heard. So my one message to women out there is insist on being heard. And if you're not heard, find someone else to hear you.